Hey, Naturals, this is Candace. I wanted to do a quick video, I guess discussing the benefits of both bake chopping and transitioning because since I've been in school, I've been getting a lot of questions from a lot of the other students just inquiring about how to bake chop or how to transition. Personally, I transitioned, but it's kind of weird because when I was transitioning, I didn't really know that I was transitioning. It just was, I wasn't using a relaxer anymore, and I just decided I wasn't using a relaxer anymore, and I wasn't really knowledgeable on natural hair, really at all. So, it's hard to say whether or not transitioning is better or whether or not bake chopping is better. I think it's all preferential. It totally depends on the person, in my opinion. For me, I know if I was just sitting here right now and my hair was relaxed and it was, shoulder length, I personally would probably be very apprehensive to just chop off all my hair. So, I would lean towards transitioning, I guess the same way that I did transition, but I don't know. I think big chopping seems to be really like freeing and liberating for a lot of women. So I think if you're comfortable enough to rock your hair just completely short like that, I say go for it, and just do it because as far as like documenting your hair, it makes it a whole lot easier because I personally run into the dilemma of not really knowing when I stopped using a relaxer because I wasn't really paying attention to it like that. A friend of mine who was also deciding not to use relaxers anymore, kind of just got me on it, and I was kind of in it with her, and then I actually relapsed while I was transitioning. The first, like I'm not even really sure if it was the first couple of months that I was into it, or if it was the last 2 months of it. So I'm not sure if I transitioned for a couple months or if I transitioned for like 4 to 6 months. I'm really not sure. So I document my length and my natural state from the time that I actually decided to big chop my hair. And that personally for me was in January. And when I chopped my hair, I don't know, I would say my hair was like about here. It was, I don't know, I would say about 2 inches of hair pretty much all over my entire head, and that was really shocking for me. When I first did it, I wore a wig for like 2 weeks because I was really shocked. And if you see any of my past videos, I did it myself, or at least the initial chop I did myself. And it's not really, even the video that I have posted, it really isn't even a good representation of my big chop because after that, I ended up I had my mom cut my hair again because as you see on the video, I cut my hair while it was straight and I wasn't really sure of where the natural hair met the relaxed hair. So I still had a little bit to go, and I think it was about, I would say here on the video. But anyways, as far as like transitioning, I think it has its benefits because it helps you transition into a point where you're comfortable with your hair. And big chopping, I think, is good because it's a liberating and freeing experience. So once again, ladies, as far as big chopping and transitioning goes, I say it's all, it all depends on you. Whatever you feel comfortable with, which I'm sure you've heard tons of times, which means yes, that is the right answer. So you can stop searching all the videos. Just go with whatever you're comfortable with. I personally was comfortable with transitioning, even though it was a transition that I wasn't even really aware of. Once basically it got to a point where it became a struggle for me just to put my hair in a ponytail, and I was like, I'm tired of it. And it was like right into the beginning of me really researching natural hair and understanding, what it meant to be natural and everything. And it was just, for me, I guess, I kind of feel like I did big chop even though it wasn't to a clean, bald state. It was a big chop for me because I chopped off my hair right when, I just was like, okay, today's the day. And I just did it. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I say just, I say just go for it. Whichever one you feel the most comfortable with, go for that. There are people who transition for 2 to 3 years. The people who never even cut their relaxed ends off and just let them eventually, fall off and, get, as they trim, their ends the same way they would, same way they would trim their ends. So it just depends on you. I would just say, as I'm sure you've heard a bunch of times before, transitioners treat your, relaxed hair just like your natural hair so that you keep it as healthy as possible. And try your best not to blend those two. Well, try your best not to try to blend your natural hair with your straight hair. Try to blend your straight hair with your natural hair to keep it, to keep it healthy. And try not to get, heat damage, and just keep it, just keep it as healthy as you can while you're in that transition. And don't listen to anybody. Do what you feel is the best decision for you, whatever you're the most comfortable with. But anyways, I'll get back to you on my next videos. Until then.